across borders. Voices that impact. Stories of innovation, opportunities, thought leadership, and impact in tech, culture, and entrepreneurship. Powered by Close the Gap.
It's exactly 8:30 in the morning, Kenyan time, East African time, Nairobi time. Wherever you are listening to us on this wonderful day, good morning, good evening, and more importantly, welcome to Across Borders, a conversation of a heart to heart, more importantly, of individuals, of leaders, thought leaders, men and women in the ecosystem of Close the Gap, who are not only changing the world, but changing lives as well. Welcome to Kenya, Hakuna Matata. The gentleman seated across me is no stranger to leadership. He's no stranger to having impact in the world and building ecosystems that are changing the world and the planet. On this day, on our episode number 2, we do have Jacques Buith on our podcast number 2. I like, without much further ado, to welcome him. Good morning.
Ian, thank you. Very good. Very nice to being here in this beautiful morning in Mombasa.
It's a pleasure. I hope I've done justice to your profile. I know it's there are no words that I can put into it.
No, thank you. Thank you for that very kind introduction, and very happy to be here. Continue to make impact, to work with so many startups in Mombasa, but also in Kenya to get the movement of Close the Gap going.
I'd like to take you back home. I know you are from the Netherlands. I was reading something interesting last night about how Amsterdam is trying to become the world's first circular. The first country to completely go circular by 2050.
Circular.
And they are implementing these great ideas. What are some of the lessons that, you could bring, of course, that we could borrow at Close the Gap and implement them here?
The country where I live, circular economy is really a big thriving movement. We're using so many materials and also so much waste is produced. So the consciousness of using materials, reusing materials, but also getting refurbished, and not just refurbished equipment on electronic, but also refurbished on furniture, on clothing, on reuse the materials is really something. And now also in the part of the Netherlands where I live, which is the northern part of the Netherlands, so it's about an hour from Amsterdam. There, a circularity hub is created, and in that circularity hub, agriculture, constructors, and many components of the economy are working together to increase the number of circular goods, circularity into the overall system. That movement of becoming more and more circular is indeed a very important topic.
Interesting. On days when you're not enjoying, a boat ride or a boat competition, like the one you attended, I think a couple of months ago, what, do you mostly spend your time on? What do you do on your free time?
Last night, I'm not only sailing and being on a boat back home in the Netherlands, also last night I enjoyed a really nice dhow ride here in the creek of Mombasa. So sailing here in Mombasa is very nice as well. So no, but when I'm not doing that, I like to be at home. I'm really at home with the family. I enjoy a beautiful life with my wife Thea and 4 kids. So we have a very lively household back in the Netherlands, but really enjoying that with being with them, being with the kids. We have 2 lovely dogs at home as well, blind-guided, blind-guided dogs. So enjoying the house, enjoying the garden, and being there. And also once in a while, I would like to visit a soccer game. back in the city where I live, doing that with my friends, doing that with my boys as well. So and just recently, but I'm not very good at it. Just very recently, I started to enjoy golf. So I passed my first golf registration certification. So now I'm allowed to start practicing it. I'm not good in it, but trying to practice it a little bit more.
That's interesting. I'd like to take you back to as recent as yesterday. You had the opportunity to visit Shimolatewa,
Yeah.
Boston Boys, and I understand the women's prison as well.
Yeah.
This is at the heart, of the community and the work that we do at Close the Gap. Maybe you could talk to us about this experience. What the key takeaways for you during the visit?
Yeah, well, for me, the key takeaway is trust. Professor Justina of the juvenile prison, where the boys were, boys from 15 till 18 years old, and Professor Justina gave us a very inspirational speech of how the institute is working and how the institute is providing trust towards the boys in order for them to recognize how valuable life is and what things they can do and change their lives. So for me, the biggest takeaway was trust, and the trust they and the others gave into the boys. I have been there before, so I think it was about a year ago that I was there. So now it was very good to see that the computer room was occupied with boys, and the boys were using. Yeah, we're using the computers with Microsoft tooling, with Microsoft PowerPoint, with Microsoft Word, Excel to express their dreams, to express their ambition. So they were creating a presentation, and they were basically working on their future. As Close the Gap provides the computers into the classroom, where then the boys can use them to start preparing for a better future.
Definitely. I know you're not new when it comes to everything leadership. I remember a while back when we were having our first conversation. We were working at Deloitte.
Yeah.
And currently now, having another leadership role at Close the Gap Netherlands. What are some of the most important, I would say, values to ensure that you have a team that works effectively? And some of the lessons you've picked, in your, I would say, short time or long time in leadership?
Yeah. I think the last time I was here, I was in my previous job, as you exactly said, and in my previous job, I served the United Nations for many years. So from that role, serving the United Nations, I was quite often in Africa, and many different Africa countries, and also in Kenya, in Nairobi, where the United Nations has a major headquarters. And what I've done with that role, pretty successful, was predominantly because of the team, and because of the people that worked with me at the global level, that were with me at the global level, but also the teams that I had all across the world. In fact, I'm not in that role anymore. I left that role about a year and a half ago. But 2 days ago, when I was in Nairobi, I still met the same team. So I had dinner and talked with the leaders in Africa, serving the account. So it's about the people you have, the people you talk to, and the people you work with in a team. Currently, I shift gears. So I'm now the CEO of an advisory and an accounting firm in the Netherlands with a name called Flint. Which is a national Netherlands-based accounting and advisory firm. And what we do very good is serve small, medium enterprises. So really the engine, we call it in Europe, the engine of the economy. Thousands and thousands of small, medium enterprises that together make up the economy of the Netherlands. It's a very It's a very key characteristic of the Netherlands economy. So it's different than what I used to, but the leadership trick, the way you ask me, is indeed quite similar. You need to find the right people around you, the right people around you that have the same long-term vision, the same ambition, and the same drive that collectively bring you to the future where you've been. So in my role as the CEO of Flint, I'm working on that. I already found that a very good leadership team, and very good leaders that all of us share the same ambition. And then Close the Gap. Close the Gap Netherlands was the Netherlands entity of Close the Gap. Strangely enough, was only founded about a year ago. And so the Close the Gap movement is there for 25 years in Belgium, in Kenya, in South Africa, in DRC, in all the countries. But until recently, we didn't have an own Close the Gap entity in the Netherlands, which we've now established. Olivier, obviously myself, but also here we found a team of board members that are really key and essential in driving the vision. So we have Niels as our managing partner in the Netherlands, doing the operations, bringing in new donors, and then we have board members which are here with me as well, actually in Mombasa. So you will probably see it on the overall video as well, right? So with Bertine, with Bram, and then we have a new board member as well, Maya. So with that team, sharing exactly the same vision, sharing the same ambition, and also the diversity in the team is a very key item and key characters. But if you have that right, if you have the team right, you can go anywhere where you want.
I like to shift gears and maybe touch on something maybe closer to heart, startups and investing. I know you've had, your eye or, your way around these startup communities for a while. Many young people would listen, of course, to our conversation. Some of them building their own startups, some of them already taken off. They are at some level in the journey. As somebody who has invested, who has built such investments, such businesses, what is the critical thing or ingredients that you should focus on to not only, achieve success today, but ensure that they have sustainability, 10, 20 years, similarly to what Close the Gap is doing?
Yeah. Well, it starts with a vision, right? It starts with an idea. It starts with a vision, and with that vision should come passion. And when you have the passion and the right vision, that will give you the first kick into building a startup. So that's the very, very first thing to do. And then after that, a passion and the vision turned into an idea, then you should very quickly start testing if the idea has feasibility. So start building minimum viable products, start a first version, start with a first customer, start with something small, and then quickly grow into that, and use the failures that you make, because undoubtedly you will make some failures in the beginning. Use those failures to improve the product, the service, and the way you approach clients. So do things quickly, fail, use your failures, build better products, and then when it comes to a critical mass, also understand your own limitations as a startup, because you're a great visionary, you're a great artist, you're a great a builder of something, but scaling up a startup is different different business. Yeah? So if it comes to that point, start involving others, give others the opportunity to participate in your own startup. Don't do things on your own continuously, but involve other people and use the advice of others to grow big time. Yeah, there is that saying that on your own you can become very, very successful, but as a team of individuals, you can go much further and much longer and becoming more and more successful. So those are some of the things I would like to mention.
As we conclude, there are, individuals in our ecosystem, the circularity ecosystem, who of course are building ventures in the circular space. And they would want to know, for example, like myself, are curious, what does, the vision or 10 years, would look like for Close the Gap the Netherlands? Maybe you could give us a sneak preview into the future.
Into Close the Gap Netherlands, what I'm hoping is that first of all, the various entities of the Close the Gap family, whether it's in Africa, all the African countries, or Belgium, or other places, that they're starting to work together as a harmony, in very much harmony, which we're currently doing already, but from our own perspective. So I'm hoping that there will be much more coherence between it. First of all, second is really bridging the gap in the digital space, but also bridging the gap in the circular space. So find other applications where this could work as well. And that we keep contributing to a better world, and bring it to an ecosystem, an ecosystem of Close the Gap entities, but also governments in Africa, and entrepreneurs that continue to work together as one ecosystem with a shared vision and a shared drive towards the ambition that we all want to go.
All right. Thank you so much. Before we conclude, I do have a quick fire, 5 questions.
Okay.
Because to spice up the conversation. I don't know if you're ready.
Go ahead.
All right. So my first question will be, are you an early bird or a night owl?
Early bird.
Early bird. Why morning, not you?
I like the peace and the quietness. So although I'm starting early, I'm also starting slow. So I would like to really start slow in the morning, use my coffee, use my headspace, use the headspace that you have before meeting starts, before any noise will start, to think about what the achievements of today should be. So early bird.
All right. Soccer or golf?
Soccer.
Soccer. That was quick. Or golf?
Golf was nice to do, with friends. But the good thing about soccer is that I go there with a lot of friends and have a lot of people around me.
All right, interesting. What's your favorite city in the world?
Tokyo.
Tokyo.
Yeah.
How come?
I like the people. I like the culture.
Okay.
The humbleness, the food as well. So Tokyo always has a special place in my heart.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. This one's a bit interesting. What is the best advice you've ever given?
Ask help, I think. Ask support, ask help. Bring others in. Don't do it yourself. Bring others in. Do the trick.
Okay. All right. That's interesting. So it's good to bring other people in. The more the merrier, they say. Okay. One word to describe Mombasa.
Lively.
Lively. All right. That's interesting. Maybe my final one would be, if Close the Gap was an animal, what animal would it be and why?
I think an antelope.
An antelope.
Yeah, fast and flexible. Yeah,
All right.
agile.
Agile, yeah? Okay. That's what I have for you, Jacques, today. Thank you so much for making the time for us.
Of course.
I'd like you to speak to the camera on my left. It's officially your camera. In 1 minute or two, you could leave our guests and anyone who would listen to this conversation with a key takeaway or a kicker.
Right. Well, thanks, Ian, for having me on this podcast. For Close the Gap, and as we said, Close the Gap is really helping closing not only the digital divides but also increase entrepreneurship across the African countries. With digital devices is where it started, but more and more we're also involved in services, in software, and having applications in the digital world, moving to entrepreneurs in order to thrive. So my main question and my main topic is please join the movement. Be an entrepreneur. Connect yourself to Close the Gap and to the donors across the world. Keep delivering your IT devices to Close the Gap into the refurbishment and recycling process in order to start lives and entrepreneurial lives into not only African countries but also in the Netherlands and Belgium. So it's needed across the world. And thank you very much for doing that, and hope we will become partners and can stay partners for many, many years to come. So thank you so much.
All right, there you have it. It has been amazing. Yet another podcast right here at Close the Gap. We do call it Across the Borders because the conversations not only start here, but go beyond our own borders and your own borders as well. I'd like to extend our warm gratitude to our team here at Close the Gap, Kenya, South Africa, DRC, Belgium, the Netherlands, of course, and the world at large. And more importantly, to the team behind the scenes, the men and women that you can't see, but who are making this production and all our productions possible. A huge congratulations and thank you to Musa, Taribo, Zakia, and a very fine gentleman. I may not mention his name right now, but please do check our comment section and you'll get to know more about our team and what we do at Anzo and Close the Gap across the borders. Thank you so much and sayonara.